Welcome to the Arizona Youth Alive podcast. I'm so excited that you would take time out of your busy schedule to join us for just this moment right here. This is episode number 5, and I'm excited. It's good. We're upgrading, and so we got a new mic. How about that? That's fun. So maybe now you'll be able to hear me. So it's gonna be good. But if it's your first time joining us, watching it, let me tell you what we do. So every first and third Wednesday of the month, we release new content. The first week of the month is usually me doing some kind of solo teaching, solo content, and then the third Wednesday of the month, we'll usually do an interview of an influencer of some type, and every now and then we'll do a bonus episode. And so just keep in touch so you can see those bonus episodes when they come. You know what I mean? But here's the point of this podcast. Here's what we do. Why we exist is this. I believe that leadership is all about influence. So my heart is to help youth pastors, students, and leaders become better influencers. Because if we're influencing better, we're leading better. So that's the goal of this. And so thanks for watching. Before I get started to anything, I want to remind you a couple things. One, if you're not following us on Instagram, AZ Youth Alive, go hit it. Click follow. It's good. You'll have live updates when the stories are coming out, clips, all those sorts of things. So you'll want to do that. And then also, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You know what I mean? Like, just what do the kids say these days? Go ahead and smash that button. You know, is that how you say it? I don't know. I'm already a dad. You know, the other day, someone was telling me some slang, and I'm like, what is going on? They were telling me like bop is a thing or no cap. I'm like, what even is that? So students out there, if you say no cap, whatevs. Props to you. Youth pastors out there, way to stay relevant. I'm a dad, so I don't even know. So subscribe. That'd be fantastic. And it'd be really awesome if you would share the videos. We make them 20 minutes of content. So actually a little bit less than that even, so that you can go ahead and share them away. All right. So please do that. That'd be awesome. And then also, drum roll, please. Boom. You, drum roll. I'm so proud of you. We're doing something that I'm so proud of. I'm so excited for. I've been wanting to do this for quite a while now. But we are doing our very first Arizona Youth Alive one day. It's going to be on August 24th at Harvest Church in Glendale. Cost is $25. Super cheap, right? It starts at 10 a.m. It's going to be an all-day event. What we're going to do is we're going to talk campus ministry, and it's not just for students leading campus clubs. It's for everyone, because we all need to be reaching the campuses. So if you're a youth pastor, be there. Get your students there. It's going to be great. We got Josh Wellborn, our National Youth Director, coming out to speak. I'll be doing a session, and we'll have a couple other great youth leaders out there doing breakouts. So you'll want to be there. It's going to be awesome. Don't miss out. All right? Sound good? Tight. I'm glad we're in the same boat together. Sweet. Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted or ever thought about or ever dreamed about the idea of having a Hail Mary event or a Hail Mary season of ministry? What that means is a Hail Mary is when you ever watch football? I don't, but I know what this is. And a Hail Mary pass, right? What is it? You throw a really, 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 really long ball, and you catch it right into the end zone, and it's a big 50-yard throw. It's a big deal. It's a really quick victory, and it's awesome. I think in ministry, oftentimes we all want the Hail Mary. What's a Hail Mary ministry look like? Well, okay, so let's just throw this out there. So Elevation Church, think about Elevation. They went from small church plant, boom, egg dropped a lot of eggs or whatever on Easter one year, and then boom, they're a mega church, and they haven't stopped growing ever since. That was a Hail Mary ministry. I think a lot of the times we start campus clubs and we think, oh man, we're going to get right into this. It's going to be awesome because it's going to show up. We have these expectations, and it's fantastic, and I think those are godly things. Those are great dreams to have. Other times we in youth pastors, we throw events, and we're thinking, man, this is going to be a kickoff event. It's just going to change the world. It's going to be like that time when we never are the same again, right? We all want the Hail Mary moment. We all want explosive growth, right? But I think in reality, most of the time, at least from my experience and most of my friends, is most of the time ministry doesn't actually work that way. Most of the time, I've seen campus clubs that have grown reasonably fast. I've seen youth ministries that have grown reasonably fast. But for the most part, it's a slow grind. It's a day in, day out, slow growth. Granted, you have the story of Peter in the book of Acts chapter 2, where he preaches the gospel and 3,000 people come to faith at once, and then the church is launched, and 2,000 years later we're still a part of it. Never stopped growing, right? That's a Hail Mary day. But for the most part, we all experience slow growth, right? So what I want to do in just these next few moments is I want to talk about how do we manage the slow growth seasons. Because here's the deal, we're all going to experience them. Some of us, we're going to have times where youth ministry and club ministry is booming. It's awesome. It's exploding. But we're going to have a lot of times of slow growth. And why is this important to talk about slow growth? Is because if we want everything to be done right away and we do not develop patience in ministry, what's going to happen is we're going to get discouraged because it's not happening right now, and we're going to give up, and we're going to quit. And here's the reality. Ministry, whether you're a youth pastor or a student launching a club, whatever you're doing for God, ministry is a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? We're in this for the long haul, right? So how do we manage the seasons of slow growth, all right? No, what I want to do is I want to give you 6 keys. You know what I'm saying? Another one. Where's DJ Khaled? Holla back. Where you at, son? Sorry, I don't know why I'm trying to be cool. But 6 keys, all right? 6 thoughts when it comes to managing seasons of slow growth. I'm going to try to fit them all in. Here we go. Number 1, when you compare, you despair. Number 1, when you compare, you despair. What will destroy your ministry faster even than a moral failure would is, I'll tell you, comparison. When you begin to look at your ministry, especially in slow seasons, when you begin to look at your ministry and you base your level of success on what others are doing, it's not going to be long before you feel like you're worthless and you're not doing well. Now, I'll tell you, there's something to be said about looking at other ministries or what they're doing to gain perspective and ideas. But when you start estimating your value as a leader based on what others are doing, you're going to get in an unhealthy place really quick. There's many times in ministry that I've had to delete Instagram entirely for long periods of time because I couldn't handle it. I was going to lose my mind if I looked at one other person's ministry, and you know what I mean? So when you compare, you despair. Number 2, learn what works and what doesn't. Learn what works and what doesn't. Here's why. In my ministry, when I was a youth pastor, we had a season of explosive growth. We went to a youth convention, and then this girl, she brought 10 kids, and most of those 10 kids stayed, and they started bringing kids, and we almost doubled within a month. I was like, what is going on? But in that time, I didn't have the infrastructure to keep it up, and I'm just being really real with you, is I couldn't figure out what was working and why it was working. And here's the deal. Andy Stanley says this: if you do not know why what you're doing is working, you won't know how to fix it when it breaks. You know what I mean? So take the slow seasons to learn what works and what doesn't, because if it breaks, you won't know how to fix it. Number 2, learn what works. Number 3, celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the small wins. Zechariah 4:10 says, do not despise the day of small beginnings. We all got to start somewhere, okay? You're a campus club leader, you got to start somewhere. You're a youth pastor, you got to start somewhere. Celebrate the small wins. You will drive yourself mad if all you think about is the destination, right? All you think about is the destination. We're going to get there. It's going to be awesome. And then the expectation doesn't meet your reality, and it's painful. So you got to learn how to celebrate small wins. I came from a youth ministry of about probably 1,000, maybe a little bit more. And then I moved out to Arizona, and I started a youth ministry from nothing, and we had 3 students, right? The wins in a youth group of 1,400 are nowhere near the wins of a youth ministry of 3. So I had to learn really quickly, I'm going to die if I don't learn how to celebrate the small wins. What does this look like? I was at a campus club recently. The student who's leading it told me they were discouraged because of the number that they had there. I thought it was great. They had like 25 kids there. I thought that was fantastic. But they were discouraged because it wasn't matching up to what they thought it would be. It was a season of slow growth for the student. But I started talking. I noticed there was a new student there. So I asked this new student, I said, hey, why'd you come today? And they said, I heard there was free pizza. So like, I gotta be there for that. So I'm just saying, you feed them, they'll come. Have free pizza, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, what I got to do for this student, I got to say, listen, this student who's not connected, maybe not connected to a local church at all, but not connected to this club, came because there's pizza and got connected, right? And then after that, they became a normal member. They became a regular attender of this campus club. So I had to teach the student how to celebrate the small win. Otherwise, she's going to leave discouraged. So celebrate the small win. Number 4, enjoy the preparation, stay in the promotion. Here's the reality, my friends. The blessing of God can take you and I to places that our character cannot keep us. So here's my prayer for myself, that Youth Alive and my ministry and even my family and my marriage, that my platform would not grow beyond my character to uphold it. You see, in the seasons of slow growth, those are times where we need to learn what God needs us to learn. We need to learn what God is trying to teach us. We need to prepare ourselves so that when the promotion comes, we know how to handle it. So if you're experiencing slow growth right now in a season where it's not really bumping the way that you want it to be, ask the Lord. Say, God, what's the preparation that you're wanting to work out in me? What am I missing? What are the things that you need me to work on? Is it a trust issue that I need to work on? Is it a money issue that I need to work on? Is it a humility issue that I need to work on? What are you trying to teach me? Because I know that you want to take me further. What ceilings are capping me from going forward? So if you're going through a season of slow growth, ask the Lord, what are you trying to prepare me in? And then enjoy the journey, all right? Enjoy the preparation and stay in the promotion. Number 5, stay. I once got asked by a youth pastor, what's going to make me the best youth pastor? What can I do? What's the key to my success? And the first thing that came to my mind is I said, stay. Most of us, here's the truth, most of us overestimate what we could do in 1 year, and we incredibly underestimate what we could do in 5 or 10. So if we're in a youth ministry and we're thinking, oh, I'm going to blow it up, and then it's a year in, I'm not blowing it up, I'm out, you've not stayed long enough. You've not stayed long enough. I encourage you, take your head off a swivel. You know why? Because whatever you're doing, if you think that whatever you're doing is the biggest thing in the world that it is right now, you won't want to leave. You know what I mean? Make the most of what you've got. Tom Barnett, pastor of Dream City Church, always says that it's not the opportunity that makes a man great. It is the man that makes the opportunity great. Greatness is right where you are. You got to make it great. Stay. Make it great. Number 6, last one. Relationships matter. Here's the truth. Something that you got to understand right here is this, that ministry flows out of relationship, and relationship takes time. You know what I mean? I'll say that again for the people in the back. Ministry flows out of relationship, and relationship takes time. So here's the truth. If we're leading people, we need to be loving people. Are you with me? No one wants to follow a disingenuous leader. No one wants to be a part of a youth group who the youth pastor is all about the like everybody's here for me. You know what I mean? No one wants to be a part of the club if they can sense it's all about you. You don't really care about them. In the seasons of slow growth, take care of the people that you're with. Invest in people. Ministry flows out of relationship, okay? Now let me tell you something. If you're a youth pastor, I love you with all my heart. Here's the deal. If you're a youth pastor and you are not spending time with students outside of your youth ministry, you're not really doing youth ministry. Why? Ministry happens in their world. Ministry training happens in your world. You know what I mean? They come to church. What are we supposed to do at church? Disciple them. We're supposed to train them and then send them out. Most of their life is not in the 4 walls of a church. So disciple them outside of the church, right? Be in their world, be in their context. When my wife and I were youth pastors, any given night, we were at a dance recital, a ballet. That's the same thing. I don't know why I said that twice. Or a basketball game. You name it. We were always at something of a student. Why? Because we understood that I want the best for them, so I got to be with them. I'm leading them, so I got to love them. Ministry flows out of relationships, and relationships take time. If you're not spending time with students, you're not effectively doing youth ministry. I hate to say this to you, and it's hard for me even to admit, but students, they're not going to remember your sermons. And I know I'm a preacher, and it's hard to pill to swallow. I don't think they care about your sermons. You know what I mean? They're not going to remember that. They're going to remember you and what you spend time with them. So the product of spending time with students and doing ministry together. If you're a campus club leader, hang out with the kids in your club outside of youth. Find a club. Find ways to hang out with them outside of club. Are you with me on that one? And the result of this is, hey, I've been able to do weddings for former students. I've been invited to do funerals for loved ones of former students. And those are big deals. When you spend time with people and you love them, they're going to invite you to be a part of the deepest parts of their lives. Why? Because ministry flows out of relationships, and relationships take time. So, recap. Number 1, when you compare, you despair. Number 2, learn what works. Number 3, celebrate small wins. Number 4, preparation before promotion. Number 5, stay. Number 6, relationships matter. So right here in these last few minutes, let me give you some questions to reflect on, okay? Number 1, question to reflect on is this. What am I doing that's working? How will I fix it if it breaks? Let me say that again. What am I doing that's working? How will I fix it if it breaks? All right? Number 2, what am I doing to celebrate the small wins in my ministry? Even better, go further with that. What am I doing to celebrate the people in my ministry? If you're not celebrating your people, you won't go far. Celebrate your leaders. Celebrate the people helping you. Take care of them. Thank them. Number 3, am I ignoring the preparation that God is trying to work out in me? Ask the Lord, God, what are you trying to work out in me? And then enjoy the journey. Number 4, am I making relationships a priority? Am I making relationships a priority? So my friends, here's the deal. Slow growth is a journey, but I believe if we will do the work, man, if we'll stay, oh man, no telling what God could do in us and through us. So if you're a campus club leader, I know school's not in right now, but if you're a campus club leader, when we get back into school, don't be afraid of the seasons of slow growth. Enjoy it. Manage it well. Celebrate the wins. Youth pastors, seasons of slow growth. Learn to thank God through all of the seasons because they'll come and they're going to go. So I thank you so much for watching this podcast. I really hope this is helpful for you. Comment below. Let us know if this is working, if it's helpful. Give us a like, share it, subscribe. It'd be awesome. Follow us on Instagram. Also, after this video, after this podcast, stick around. We're going to show you a Speed the Light video. Youth Alive, we're a nationally approved Speed the Light project. We're raising money for a truck, a trailer, and sound equipment to do school assemblies all over Arizona. So that video will play right after this. And if you want to support the ministry, if you want to join our newsletter, or you're interested in starting a campus club, or want to know how to give to Speed the Light, all of those links are going to be in the description below. Also, our one-day conference will be in this. The registration link will be in the description below. So until next time, I love you guys. Thank you so much. Let's reach every student. What if I told you that you could have an impact in students' lives all over Arizona? What would you do? You see, right now, that possibility is real. About a year ago, my wife and I, we stepped out and we started Youth Alive here in Arizona. And right now, God is calling us to reach students in schools all over Arizona. But you see, we need some help. Right now, we're depending on the local church to provide materials needed to do this. But what we are raising money for through Speed the Light is a truck, a trailer, and a sound system that we can use to go all around Arizona into schools just like this one. We're about to do a school assembly today. And we get to present the students one message of hope in the daytime and in the evening, we get to present to them the message of the gospel. God is changing lives in Arizona, and I wonder if you want to be a part of it. Your Speed the Light giving can help us reach students in every school in Arizona. So we're sitting here in an empty auditorium right now. Here in a few minutes, it's going to be filled with students. They're going to get to hear a message of hope. And then tonight, we're going to be able to share the gospel of Jesus Christ with them. What your Speed the Light giving does for us is it enables us the proper equipment needed for sound equipment, a trailer to tote all of our sound system, and a truck to go all throughout Arizona and bring the gospel to schools in every community in Arizona. It is our heart to see every student and every school reach for Jesus. Your Speed the Light giving helps make this possible. Would you help us reach every student and every school?
Everything will be alright. Every little thing, every little thing. Every little thing, everything will be alright.
We just finished our assembly outreach for tonight, and man, God did amazing things. Tonight we saw about 100 students come back for the evening rally. Around 70 students made decisions to follow Jesus for the first time. Speed the Light helps make it possible for us to come and do these events all over Arizona. So as you give, I want you to understand something. You're giving and students are hearing the message of Jesus. Thank you for giving to Speed the Light.